And all right, so I think we're live. Welcome everybody to the Travel Collective, and today is our travel gadgets. And we do this quite often in our coffee chat. We talk about it, and everyone has something cool to share. Right. They, what they bring and what they take with them. So let's just take a moment and learn from our guests. We have Nikki and David here, and April's here with me as always. So I will let you guys all take a minute and introduce yourself. I'll start with you, Nikki. Do you want to just take a second and say hello to everybody?
Sure. I'm Nikki Page. I'm a #1 international best-selling travel author. And right now I'm in my RV in the beautiful mountains of Colorado, the Rocky Mountains up here. So I'm so happy to be here with all of you.
Welcome, Nikki. And you, David?
Everybody, I'm David Miller, owner of Blaze Adventure Tours. We do bicycle tours on the East Coast right now. And I'm here from Maryland and happy to be here. And thanks for having me.
Sure. Thanks, David. And April.
Yeah, my name's April. You've met me before. I'm in beautiful Henderson, Nevada. It's nice and windy, and I'm excited to share some travel gadgets today. Cindy.
Great. Yep. And I'm Cindy Cohen. I'm in Los Angeles, and believe it or not, it's raining out today. Just pouring down rain, which never happens in LA, but we're getting a real good dose of it today. So yeah, we want to talk about travel gadgets and see what we can learn from each other and what you take that I hadn't thought to take. So we'll go back in the same order. So Nikki, do you have something you want to share with us today?
I sure do. Actually, so one of the things I recommend bringing is my baggage weigher.
Okay.
This is my scale in order to weigh my bags, which came in very handy. On my second trip to Mexico to bring back the blankets that I was not able to put in the suitcase the first trip because I couldn't weigh them. So I always recommend, and especially with the 50 and 75 pound weight limits, they're light and they're easy and they're very cheap and they just fit right in your carry-on or your checked baggage. So this is just left in my carry-on all the time.
Yep. Good tip. All right, David, what do you got for us?
I have something, it's pretty simple. It's a wall charger. This is an Anchor IQ wall charger. It has 2 plugs. And the reason I'm bringing this, it's actually what they call a fast charger. The first time I ever took a bike trip, I had a little charger from IKEA. I had 3 plugs and I tried to charge all my stuff. 2 hours later, I had gained about 5%. So then I got one of these and I can charge my phone in less than an hour, my backup battery, my lights for my bicycle. So I never leave home without it. Even in different countries with an adapter, it works. So
perfect. And that's always a challenge, right? How to keep your stuff charged. Great. All right, April, what do you got for us?
I've got something really inexpensive, but I use it all the time. And it is a lanyard. You can pick them up for free at travel shows. But what I do with it is clip a lot of a flashlight on it. I'll put it around my neck when I'm leading my tours and clip the keys there or the key fob, because otherwise it never fails. You're leading a group and everyone's excited and you're leaving the vehicle and you want to be able to get to that key fob fast. And it comes in handy for so many things. You can hook it on just endless things you can hook it on. So that's my little quick gadget. What do you got, Cindy?
Awesome. I love that because I'm thinking I could also put my room key, everything, right? You have everything. It's perfect. Yeah, I love that. So mine, I've shared this before. This is a little tiny, it's actually a pill case that I buy at CVS or something. And they come in packages of 2, but I keep soap in it. So I try to keep my minimum of liquids. So I cut the bar of soap to fit inside. I can get quite a bit of soap. You don't need a whole bar and I don't need liquid soap. Now, after having used this for a few months, I realized that it was a little hard to keep my soap dry.
Yeah.
So I put holes in the bottom. So I turned it over and just drove a couple of nails in the bottom. There's 3 little air holes so that my soap kind of has a chance to dry, so it's not sitting in that little puddle, if you will.
Yeah.
But this is how big my soap is. This will last me for a month or more, and I don't need any liquids, and it's really tiny. You know how I like my toiletries bagged?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's my trick. And these little cases are good for almost anything. They're really cheap. I think they're a couple of dollars. You get 2 or 3 of them in a pack, and you don't think about what you can do with a little pill case like that. So that's my tip. All right, we're going to take time to do another one. David, what you got?
All right, these are my Aeropex Aftershocks headphones. They're actually
wow.
bone conduction headphones, so they don't go over your ears. two reasons I like these. Well, more reasons I like these than two. Number one, you can be hands-free very easily. Even if in a crowded place, it's really good at canceling out the background noise. So you're through the airport, you're doing something like that, you can answer the phone like this.
Oh, nice.
Moving your luggage.
Those are cool.
Yeah. Number two, if you're in an area where you're listening to something, but you also need to be aware of what's around you. So like backpacking and bicycling, you might need to be aware of what's around you. It's really good because you can still hear through your ear, even though you're getting the sound through the bone conduction. So I don't recommend using it if you're biking on a busy road, but if you're on a gravel trail or somewhere like that, you can throw these on for a longer ride.
That's a really good tip. That's always my concern when I'm even walking outside. I only wear one in one ear and leave the other ear free so I can hear people approaching me from behind and other things. And I'm walking. Great suggestion, David. Thank you for that one. What do you got, Nikki? Got another one?
I got a luggage strap. Yeah. So this is like, and this retractable thing, this saves me every time. I clip it to my suitcase or the straps of the suitcase as I'm wheeling it, and I can put my backpack or my carry-on in it. Right. So I'm not double handing. And so I can get like three. I can get my carry-on and my backpack onto my suitcase here, which allows me then additional hands to carry more or escort children when mine were younger. But this is a lifesaver. So this is what I recommend. And it's cheap. I mean, they're like $8 or $9, really cheap.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Because sometimes you lay it up there or you put it around and then it falls, right? You have that notorious, like it's fall. Yes.
Yes.
We've all done it. We're feeling there's a bump in the road and all your bags go flying and now you're that's perfect, Nikki. Thank you for that. And April, what's your second item you got?
My second item are these tiny little, they're lens wipes. And for a photographer and for someone that's wearing glasses all the time, these are invaluable. And it's got, see this little clip on the end.
So
I put it on my lanyard. I also put one on each and every camera strap, so it's always there. So there's one that I can always access. And I've even like stuck them. They're so tiny. You can stick them even on a zipper pull if you want. And then you can wipe your glasses, wipe off your cell phone. It just gets dirty and grungy. So you can find these sometimes at trade shows. Otherwise, they're fairly inexpensive. You can always look at the dollar store. They have bigger ones depending on how big you want it and how nice you want it. Right. You can get one with your logo or whatnot. But these have just come in invaluable. And I try to have multiples, like I said, hook different places.
Yeah, I can imagine even for sunglasses for someone who's riding on the dirt, David, right? Like your sunglasses get dusty and you don't want to take it just anything to wipe them off, especially if you're wearing some, really performance.
Right.
Yeah, right. You need the right thing to cover them. That's fantastic. Okay, so my last item is actually something that I made because I have that same problem that my mom does. We make everything I want. So it's like it's a tray. So it's a foldable tray. So it's just a piece of material. It has snaps in the corner. And when you snap it all up, I just roll this up and throw it in my bag or actually leave it unfolded and top it off. But it is what I lay on the nightstand. So it becomes a lovely little tray.
Love that.
And so I'm actually looking, my phone has gotten bigger since I made this one.
Yeah.
Just a little bit bigger. So my phone will lay in there. Then, your keys, your earrings, you take that stuff off. I mean, I don't know how many times I've left something at the hotel because I took it off and I forgot that I laid it on the end table and it was so tiny, whether it's like your watch or so I can keep everything in here. And because it unsnaps, it just lays flat, or I can roll it up. That's usually what I do. I just roll it up and I stick it like this, and it just jams in the corner, and I've got it. But I think they sell these. They sell them leather ones, but I like the one that's made out of cotton here, so I can just wash it and use it whenever I want. So, and that's easy to do. You really I actually made one where there's no sewing involved. I just took a piece of felt and hand sewed the snaps in the corner, and that's thick enough too. So you don't even need or a piece of that fleece that doesn't need edging, right? You could do it with that. So,
and that fabric, having something bright and colorful and obnoxious is perfect because you're going to see it on the nightstand, because I can't tell you're right. Everything blends into the nightstand, or in the middle of the night, something goes flying. I mean,
right. And sometimes I'm wearing like little earrings or something that's brown that goes with the nightstand, right? It blends right in. So it really does help. And it also keeps it from falling off when you're like reaching over there in the middle of the night to pick up your phone and things, so it's a really good way. So first thing I take out of my suitcase is I take that out, put it on find a place in the room, set it down. That way I have a place for my keys, my whatever. So I don't lose track of it. I lose everything.
I'm going to start using that for my sunglasses. I think I lose for a year just leaving it places.
Yeah, you need something. Yeah, just get a piece of super bright felt and put the little snaps in the corner. You can probably even get snaps like glue in the corner. That would be really easy to do. So that was it. We went really fast. That took us 10 minutes to tell everybody all our cool things.
That was like a lightning round.
Well, we usually discuss the items in between. So that's really kind of cool that we were able to do that. Does anybody want to share a last minute item before we go, or anything a tip that they have, David?
I have an honorable mention item, and mention because I haven't bought it yet.
Okay.
But I do some more remote stuff. So we're out in the woods, out in the wilderness. You might not have cell reception, and they sell these little handheld like satellite GPS tracker devices.
Yes.
So
Yes.
number one, your loved ones can know where you are all the time.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
If you get into a dangerous situation, you can send like a text message, an emergency text message. So if you're going to a more remote place, or even another country where you may not know where you are, have cell reception, that's a good item to have.
Yeah, it is. Are you looking at the Spot? I think there's a brand called the Spot.
Yep.
Yeah. And they have different plans and so forth. Great item. Wonderful to purchase for your loved ones who like to adventure.
Yes.
So if you have someone on your list who's an adventurer and you want to know where they're at, get them a Spot.
Yeah.
Mom, if you're watching.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, that's great. And we should put the link to that. That's super.
They're really cool. They're actually for hikers and backpackers, but it works for anybody, right? You have this like device in case you don't have cell service. You just push that button and it calls, the emergency service, or text them and tells them your location. Nikki, do you have an honorable mention or a last minute item?
Yeah, I'm going to go buy one of those as soon as we're done, because that sounds really cool. And I don't have it here. It's actually back in my bedroom, but it's my neck pillow. So I strap that to my backpack. So traveling with one of those neck pillows, or they've got some really cool ones that now just wrap around your neck and like Velcro, so they're not even big and bulky. If you're looking to cut down on travel size and things like that, that pillow is priceless on long trips. So that's what those are my top things that I kind of come up with, other than your good old electronics. I mean, we all need our electronics. So our telephone, this thing is like priceless. I don't know. It's just strapped to me, so I don't even think about bringing it anymore.
Yeah, we could probably do a whole session on like apps and so forth. Let's talk about that maybe, April, because there's lots of things on your phone that you need, right? Any honorable mentions from you, April?
I always have these little, and this one's still in the package because I got a whole bunch of them, these mini flashlights. And again, I try to find everything that's got these little hooks, and literally, so it can go on the lanyard. And I same thing. It's flat. So when I saw a bunch of these at an office I worked at, I literally was like, I'm taking a bunch of these. They're like, yeah, have them, because not everyone will take them. And they're a flashlight. But if you put them on your zipper pulls, they're always there.
Yes.
And you always have at least a mini light, because, sometimes your cell phone's dying and maybe you didn't take your cell phone and, you wandered off. I don't know. I've used it even when you're trying to get your key, because there's older cars where you're still trying to get your key to open the door or get in your room, or I don't know. I've used it so many times.
I think having a separate flashlight is really important. I'll tell a quick story, because I was friends the other day, and you always think you have a flashlight on your phone, but she got her phone stuck in her little wallet. So she had a little purse where she put it all in there. And of course she was trying to, keep it tight. So she zipped it up, but there was a little lanyard on the end of her phone, and the little cord got stuck in the zipper. So she couldn't get her phone out, and it was dark and she couldn't see it. So fortunately the rest of us had one, but had she been alone, she wouldn't have had a flashlight. So I would definitely, as you're saying, it's always good to have a separate flashlight other than your phone. Maybe your phone is the problem. Maybe you've lost it, or you dropped it in the dark. Where are you going to find your phone? So really always good. I do always carry I have a little small flashlight that I purchased. It's like keychain size. And I keep that.
Exactly.
Actually, it's on one of my zipper pulls for my backpack is where I keep it.
Right.
So flashlights are great. And you can get those
Yeah,
the giveaway
anywhere.
ones, right?
Giveaway, yeah. Always look for those if you're going somewhere as a giveaway. Like grab them because you can always use an extra flashlight.
Always, always. All right. Well, I think we're good, right? We should wrap up.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining us today. This was Travel Gadgets. We're trying to do these every Monday. If you want to be notified when we go live on YouTube, please hit subscribe, like, comment. Drop any gadgets that you're using in the comments. We'd love to learn more and hear from you all. So come follow us and keep track. We're always doing new stuff with travel. So thank you so much to our special guests, David and Nikki. And as always, Cindy and I here to answer more travel questions. So see you again. Take care.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Nikki and David. Bye.